I'll try to talk a little bit louder. I'm Steve Madden, and this is Deadly Premonition.
John Madden, Steve Madden.
John Madden. Fuck me.
Oh, we should probably show this.
Let's get back
That's
to
an
the
important
hotel.
part of
First
punctuation.
then
The
Becky.
difference between
Diane.
John Madden, fuck me, and John
I'm not
Madden,
looking forward to
fuck
writing
me.
this investigation report.
Agent Morgan. York. Do you have a moment?
You're having a moment.
What is it, George?
There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Do you have any time later?
Can't we just do it here?
Oi, oi.
If possible, I'd like to go to a bar.
Of
Of course,
the bar.
you don't really have to.
A bar. Now that sounds like a good idea.
Maybe one with a
Zach,
mechanical
what do you
bull.
think? We can go drinking with George, or turn him down and head back to the hotel.
Always go drinking with George.
Yeah,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
that's fine. We can change our zoot suit later. We're wearing that striped suit.
Hello, everyone. I'm Soylent Greg.
And I'm Rado Goji.
Welcome back. I know it's been a long time without you.
George, that scar on your cheek.
But we're back on Deadly
Where did you
Premonition.
It's been a couple months since we
This-
played. I actually kind of did a
Didn't I
quick
tell
look to see
you?
where we were in the story.
Well, it's not from work.
And I know
when
this
I
is
was a
going
kid.
on, but when we
A
last left
childhood
off,
injury.
Diane
Tree climbing?
died.
I used to get a
And
few
then we
scrapes
found the
myself
fat guy
climbing
in
the big tree in our
cellar or
backyard.
whatever.
I used to climb it a lot.
We're
Fall
apparently
out.
wearing a hotel carpet as our suit. We actually killed a hotel
This wasn't
and
anything
are
like that,
wearing
though.
its carpet
Who's my
like a fur
mother?
coat.
She did it.
We still sleep inside it like a tauntaun.
I'm sorry, George.
Inside the hotel.
Don't worry. It's ancient history. The
Mesopotamia.
world is flooded with unreasonable violence. The strong overpower the weak, adults over children, men over women, and criminals over their victims.
Some criminals are women. Not everyone does that. I don't do that.
I have no memories of my father. He left before I knew him. My mother would hit me every time I asked why.
That's not very nice.
And it didn't stop there. If I ate too slow, left my shoes scattered around, TV volume too loud,
I would
She
die.
found
This has been nice, but I gotta go.
bad. The worst was what she called the tree punishment.
She hit me with a tree.
My back with these thin tree branches like a whip.
Please, Mama. I won't do it again. That hurts, Mama.
And now nothing
I-
else can ever turn him on.
I don't even have like a clever quip for this. This is just extremely fucked up. Thank you, Sweary.
Tree punishment was definitely the worst, I tell you. Just
So it
hearing
must be
those
great to
words
hear
used
that your
make
first
me
victim was
shiver
found in a
and wanna
tree.
pass out. That's why I didn't want to show you those scars on my back. Every time after the tree punishment, she'd always say the same thing.
Remember to drink your Ovaltine.
This is hurting the tree more than it is hurting you. And me, being a naive, dumb kid, I believed her.
I believe trees could
I
feel
went to the woods
pain.
to apologize.
I need
to
another
the
cigarette
trees.
after that.
Look, the oaks can't help their feelings if they like having a kid beaten on them.
I kept asking myself, why is she hurting me this way?
Is that why you're
I
such a
thought
jerk?
long and hard about it.
So that's
And
why I decided
just
to become a
figured-
policeman. And
I'm weaker than her. That's why. It's the law of Mother Nature at work. The strong eat the weak.
This is actually a
But
fake
now
hand. My
you
mom
have the
ate
power to
my
protect
hand.
them.
that's why I've eaten all of my underlings.
Perhaps I should thank my mother for guiding me into this line of work.
But she's probably dead.
Have you seen her?
York,
You are my mother.
I've been an arrogant fool, haven't I?
I was
And
such
if
an
it weren't
arrogant
me,
fool being beaten with a
Becky
tree.
and Diane would still be alive. I could have saved them both.
I could have done a little ditty about
You know,
Becky and Diane.
You actually, you could have saved
almost like
Becky if you didn't hit
they
like the
died
little
because of
string
me.
or whatever and
You're out of
had
your mind.
killed her.
I invited you to this bar for a drink. But I guess this bar is my confession chamber. And I wanted you to listen.
Well, I wasn't
And
listening.
to tell you,
I don't listen to anybody.
you must already hate me for causing all these problems.
Dale
not
Cooper
following
didn't have to
your
go through
orders.
this shit.
Jeez, quit apologizing to me. I'm not a fucking
I'm sorry.
tree.
I'll follow your orders from now on.
You can whip me.
You'll
if
have
you
my
want.
total cooperation.
My true cooperation.
You've been
Good.
as cooperative
Now
as
that
you
that's
can
out
be.
of the way.
You even invited an FBI
I think that
guy
I
to a
shall
bar
never
for
see a
drinks.
thing as traumatizing as a
You've done
tree.
a good job protecting this town. And the folks here respect you for that.
Even that guy with a
Nobody
hard
can
hat
blame
over
you for
there.
anything.
What's his deal
Thanks.
anyway?
Wait a minute.
I do feel a little
Why is
better.
he dressed like the village people? Is this a gay bar, George? Did you bring us to a gay bar?
I bet there aren't even darts here.
Oh boy, that's that deadly premonition frame rate. I remember. Oh, wow.
This got fuzzy. Hold on. I'm going to check the settings real quick. Is there a way to check the
It
video
looks
settings?
like, I mean, goddamn, it
I'm-
looks like York is on the road to respect.
I'm
Yeah, it looks fucked up.
I'm fairly sure that I changed it back to
To 1080, I
the
thought.
1080.
But yeah, it looks, it almost looks like it's displaying in 720p and stretching it.
You know, it might be doing that because I don't know if the game can play in 1080. This may predate like 1080 or something.
But no, the old episodes didn't look like this, but...
I'm sure. It'll be
I mean, it's
fine.
not a big deal to me. I'm sure it looks like shit on YouTube regardless. So,
Unless we.
remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
All right, so I guess we go back to the hotel now.
Or we could talk to this, woman.
I'm fairly sure that we
We
just
can
to
call
save
the FBI.
just to save time. I was like, yeah, we should just keep
Oh,
going for
okay.
the story objectives and whatnot.
Yes, FBI, have I got a story to tell you about George?
Because I'm gonna be going back to try to platinum this at some other point.
Okay.
I mean, that means that I'll probably have to do like those little races or whatever. But
The feeling that I forgot something, Zach.
we didn't forget anything. Let's talk to George again.
Look, George, can you tell me about the punishment again?
Since we're here, why don't you talk to a few other people?
The tree's sharp again, Mommy.
I'll just finish off my drink.
I've only been drinking it
Let
for
me know
3
before you
days.
leave, okay?
Damn bottomless liquor bottle.
All right, I guess we can talk to Carol.
My beer of holding.
Carol!
Hey, Carol. Becky is dead. Diane is dead. We've got Nick in the hospital with
Nick didn't do it.
Oh my
Carol.
god.
You took
George.
a locket from Diane, didn't you?
Hey,
A
Carol.
locket with this mark on it.
This black. Oh, that one.
Hey, Carol, I ran over your dog on the way here.
Yeah. This is how he greets everyone. What?
I'm busy, gotta go.
I fucking love him. Oh, York is the best video game character. He looks like he's ready to like. He looks like he's ready to be like a video poker cowboy.
Oh, we get to watch the music number.
Oh, wonderful. Oh yeah, I'm so ready for this. In heaven, everything is fine.
Becky's dead! Freebird!
That is the most soulful rendition of Who Let the Dogs Out I have ever heard.
Never gonna give you up.
That's
Never
right.
gonna let you down.
That's right. Jump on it. Let's do it. Ride it, my pony.
Ho! Go get on that.
All right. I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Can you finish LPing?
Yes, I will.
All right. Y'all on YouTube, if YouTube is still hearing this, be good to Patrick, and I will see you in the next video.
Alright, sorry about the jump cuts there. Greg had to leave due to a family emergency. So I'm put us back in this cutscene here, reloaded the game and all that, so we get to watch this, because we don't want to miss a moment of this wonderful presentation here, I suppose. Yeah. So not really Much else from what I can remember. I think, like I said, I the last thing I remember, or at least the last thing I quickly saw was when we did all that stuff in the art museum or the art gallery, and then Diane died, and Forrest Kaysen became like the top suspect, or one of the top suspects, because he was with Diane like right before she died. And then so yeah, here we are. We've seen the rest of that, but I'm gonna keep LPing this because it's taken us long enough to get to this point. At least we were able to get a podcast out of the evening. Yeah, you can tell Sweary's trying to make this as Twin Peaks-esque as he possibly can. And that guy's got, like that football paint you put under your eyes to get rid of the glare. And I can't think of anything to say now. Sorry. Alright, so that's done. Can we go now? We're good?
Sorry to keep you waiting, boys.
Oh.
Zack. Emily is already a goddess of the forest.
Great, she's the next target. Okay, yeah, we get it. York has the hots for Emily.
Let's forget work for a bit and drink a little, shall we?
York? Why is she here?
Why are the frames
I just
skipping?
thought the more the merrier. You know, to relax and get loose.
So
Is
something
this a problem?
I'm
No, of
keeping
course
an eye
not.
out for. I mean, the stuttering is making me a
Pardon
little
me,
nervous, but that's
but I'm
just the
pooped.
game,
I
really,
think I'll just call it a
doing
night.
that.
George, I just
Um,
got here and you're walking out on me?
This
I
cutscene's
was
really
hoping
loud,
the three
too.
of us could have a drink and let out a little steam.
So, one thing I've been keeping
I'm
out
afraid
an
I've
eye out
already
for
had enough.
is,
And I already
sometimes
had to
when we've
be the
been,
man
like,
for
Let's
it.
Playing,
So I'll see you
the
guys.
picture on the TV will cut out from time to time and then cut back in. And I basically reorganized all of the hookups on the TV and my consoles and whatnot last night. And as I was playing the PS4, I noticed that the video
I think George
or
likes
the
you,
picture kept
But
cutting
he's
out
avoiding
like
you all at the same time.
6 times within like an hour.
How astute.
And I'm like,
There's
it's
a
got to be
reason?
one of these HDMI cables. So
Nothing
I
worth
figured out it
going
was
into.
an
It's
HDMI
a thing of
cable.
the
It was
past.
like the one out of all of these that was like the cheap piece of shit one I got from GameStop. So luckily I was able to find a spare cable and hook that in, and there don't seem to be any problems. But then again, the
Okay.
console's hooking up into
He
the
did
capture
ask
box
me out
directly
when I
through
first came to town. I was still in high school.
through Component. So
But I never really considered him
the
my
HDMI
type.
cables that
And
hook
there's
through
the age
the
gap thing too.
the
I respect
HDMI
him, of
switcher and
course,
everything shouldn't be
or I
affecting
wouldn't
this
take
anyway.
his job otherwise.
The next time I play another console on the TV, I'll take note of
Just
it.
down alone.
But
Of course not. I came with my parents.
Tell me about them then.
Sure, why not? My dad dealt in stocks in New York.
really just
He was hardly at home.
I
when
need to
was a
change
kid,
out of this suit.
Always working. Those pieces of paper were far more important to him than I was. Which is no different now, really. I don't see much of him.
So everyone just has a
My
shitty
mother?
family. Gotcha.
Totally different story. A wonderful person that I still respect. She was always kind and understanding.
Except when she beat
Not
me with
only
trees.
that, but she would always help me find my way. She could be fierce,
You
too.
can go your own way.
Scolding me if I took a wrong
You
step.
can call it another lonely day.
We had our battles, sure, but all in all, she was a wonderful mother.
Past tense?
Past tense. Oh, she
Yeah,
died.
she's gone now. Cancer, just before I graduated high school. She gave this to me just before she died. I take it with me wherever
Ugh.
I go. It's what I treasure most.
What is it? I can't really make out what it
I'm
is.
sure she's very proud of you.
What's with the stiffness of the character models all of a sudden? Okay. Country ham. little more cutscenes, I take it. This game's not going to let us go. Yeah, there you go. Galaxy of Terror.
I had a good time tonight. Good night.
How could you have had a good time? There aren't
See you
even any
tomorrow.
dart games at this, where you can shoot a dart gun.
York.
Yes.
Yes.
Please, don't lie to us, okay?
Wow, he
I won't. Don't
breathed
worry.
really loudly
I
there.
won't.
Lie about what? Also, I'm not a smoker, but I'm pretty sure that's a waste of a cigarette. Well, one puff, gotta turn the, put it out now. Alright. There's a taxi there. Oh, that's a police car. I will just get in the car and see if I can remember how to get back to the hotel. I think I remember how to get back to the hotel from here, but just in case, I'm gonna look at the map. So that's me there, and I think the hotel is... Oh, we're way away from the... Is the map even facing the right way? Because that's something I've noticed, that the map tends to turn around along, like, basically based on the direction that you're facing. No, it's not necessarily. No, there's the... It is. It's totally facing... Well, at the very least, it's just down the road here, so... Oh, I didn't miss these controls. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna attempt to platinum the game on my own time once we're done with the Let's Play here. And, basically all it is doing all of the side quests. But doing all of the side quests also involves getting all of the trading cards. And I do know that for some of the trading cards, you absolutely have to do those races. And, I mean, it shouldn't be too big a deal. From what I understand, all the races are just, like checkpoint things. Kind of like the ones we did in Lego Marvel. Just with a bout of, I don't know, a different control scheme for driving, but I wouldn't say any more reliable. Because the driving control in Lego Marvel also sucked ass, but this sucks for many different reasons. Alright, let's go to the hotel. Hotel. There we go. Little potatoes. Oh, one of these scenes. Okay. Yes, it is a typewriter. Typewriter brand typewriter. I realize I didn't let York talk to Zach on the way back to the hotel, but still. See, there's no smoking in your room.
Zach, let's go over our progress.
Alright, let's see what I can remember. Good.
From what Olivia told us, and the sketchbook we found at Becky's house, Nick and Diane became our primary suspects.
They were
There were
the
a couple
diner
reasons
couple.
for this. First, Becky gave the missing locket to Diane. Also, Nick has no alibi for when Anna and Becky were killed.
Right.
We followed Nick to the art gallery.
And he was
which
trying to
led
hook
us,
up with
unfortunately, to
Diane.
our third victim.
So Diane was hooking up with someone else.
Diane was strung up in
She's
the
as
entrance
horny as a
hall of the art
rabbit.
gallery. Her hands were tied and a knife was sticking out of her chest.
And she tried to talk with seeds in her
However,
mouth.
There was a marked difference from the previous crimes. Do you remember what that was, Zach?
I'll see if I can remember what that was. That was 2 months ago from my... Right after the crime.
That's right. Diane was still alive.
Well, so was Becky until
This
George
suggests
accidentally
that
killed
very
her.
little time had passed since the crime was committed. which means the criminal was still close by. It was somewhere near the scene.
Yeah, it was probably Forrest.
There are two possible candidates. Nick, who was knocked out in the entrance, and one other. Zach, who was the other person in the gallery?
It was Forrest. It was Forrest Kaysen. Harry!
That's right. Casey.
Although I would believe that Psycho Mantis did it. Jesus Christ.
Kaysen's statement came out as follows. He and Diane were in a physical relationship.
She was in a physical relationship with
That's why he
everybody.
visited the gallery.
We were the only
The
ones
two
she
were
wasn't
little
boning here.
disappointed when Nick showed up. Diane lost her cool and shut Kaysen up in the basement.
Or so he
What
says.
did Kaysen hear when he was locked up?
I have no idea. Oh, crap. Was it footsteps?
That's it.
Yes.
The sound of boots passing by. Nick was wearing boots that day. Which means it was likely that Diane met with Nick in her room. Nick said he argued verbally with Diane about her playing around with men. But they
Even though
eventually
he
decided
was
to go
married
out
to a
and
different
go.
woman.
However, immediately after that, Nick was attacked by someone in the entrance hall and knocked unconscious.
Okay.
We saw the rest.
Zach, do you think that Nick is our serial killer?
No, I think Kaysen is the serial killer. I don't know.
Me too. Usha sent in a report too. He found a large volume of red seeds in Diane's stomach. This confirms her as a victim of the Raincoat Killer.
Not only were they in her stomach, they were in her mouth and coming out while she was trying to
The
talk.
locket, which is in Carol's possession. The man with the tattooed back, and the upside-down peace sign.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot left to answer. I hope the coffee will give us more guidance tomorrow.
More FK in the coffee?
Zach, what did you think about George pouring his heart out? I was surprised. It's the end of a monarchy. And he called me York instead of Agent Morgan.
Like I told him to do in the first place. Like I was saying earlier, Dale Cooper didn't have to put up with all this bullshit, but then again, he wasn't a jerk to everybody when he first showed up. He was so totally awesome to everyone.
Emily? What's going on? Do you know what time it is?
I'm sorry. I couldn't sleep, so I was drinking alone.
My mother was a very kind woman.
Are we gonna get to hear about
Always
Zach?
smiled so brightly. Baked cakes and cookies every day. She'd say that I needed the sugar because I spent so much time thinking. My father was always quiet. We never talked much. He was a federal agent, just like me. And he was hardly ever at home. The only words he ever had for me were harsh ones. I had a vivid imagination, and I remember he once said this to me. There are plenty of crazy things in this world. You don't have to go dreaming them up. And it's my job to make sense out of them. One day you'll understand what I'm saying. I found out later that my father was one of the first to ever use criminal profiling to catch bad guys. And so now I'm doing exactly the same job that he did. Like father, like son.
Criminal profiling how?
Can I ask you something?
Oh, like just the mental
Shoot.
camera shit going on?
Mind if it's something personal?
Fire away.
She wants the D.
Who's Zach?
Zach is a friend of mine.
Oh, so you do have friends.
Yeah,
Look, I told you not to.
he's my only friend.
I told you not to ask me
What
that.
kind of person is he then?
A mental one in my mind, imaginary.
Well, I've never seen his face. But he's always with me, and we discuss everything.
When did you become friends?
A long time ago. Back when I was a child.
Wait, so is he like a split personality, or? What was that?
I woke up one morning to hear my mother crying in the living room. This wasn't normal, so I headed in to see her. My father was there pointing a gun at my mother.
Oh!
I was so scared.
So yeah, everyone has an asshole
Closed my
family in
eyes.
this. Great.
So I don't remember much more. But I do remember the words my father said to me.
Don't
At
fucking tell
times
anyone.
we must purge things from this world because they should not exist.
Hopefully your father went to
Even
jail.
if it means losing someone that you love. When I came back to my senses,
Cold-blooded.
they were both dead. He shot my mother and then killed himself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Well,
Zach's with me. It was around that time that we became friends.
so it's like an
here.
like an imaginary
I'm
friend
with you, he said.
that
I'll be here
his
always.
mind created to get over
We can
a
get through this
traumatic
together.
event. Okay. Zach is like
Quite
PTSD.
aside from that terrible scene in front of me, that voice seemed to make me calmer. And here we are, working together, getting through things.
So
This
I
is
get
the
all the
first time
pay.
I've ever told anyone
Zach,
about
I don't
this.
give Zach any of the cut.
I wonder if Zach will get angry.
That's a sad story. But I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I'm sure there was a reason for what your father did.
I don't think there was.
I know. I think maybe I became an agent to find out why he did what he did.
Oh,
What was that?
oh yeah, York. I forgot to thank you.
Thank me? For what?
You saved my life.
When was that?
If you didn't save me at the gallery, I
Oh,
would
right.
have died along with Diane.
No need to thank me for that. I'm pretty useless. I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save
Becky
Diane.
wasn't your fault. That was George.
What did you just say? Useless? I was never expecting to hear you say that.
Oh, here comes the zany music.
There might be a modest guy in you after all.
Finally, you noticed? You're a little slow, aren't you?
Maybe hopeless, but not useless.
Okay, can we
Zach.
change our suit now?
Do you think Emily got home safely?
I hope so.
Anyway, I think it's more serious of a situation than I thought.
Okay, with the stuttering, it's getting
you
annoying
remember?
now. Thank you.
Our conversation with Emily. She's really interested in you.
You two
I
should hook
think
up.
she's starting to have certain feelings for you. If that's the case, Zach, you and I are rivals. This is a very serious situation indeed.
What do you think about the
Well, if it
Goonies,
comes to
Zach?
that, let it be a fair fight. Agreed?
Okay.
Thomas!
The fuck?
Let me out of here! Come on, please!
No, Nick, you've been a bad.
Just for a moment. 1 second. Hate it in here, Thomas.
Oh, is he possessed by Bob or something?
I know you're there. Come on, please!
No, Nick, you did a bad.
Thomas! Thomas!
I don't think Thomas is there. Like, the police station closes at a certain time.
Thomas! Thomas! Thomas!
I don't think Thomas can hear you, Nick.
Thomas!
It's for an emergency. Oh, boy. Oh, more cutscene. Hey, Carol, Becky's dead. Why do they have a picture of this guy? Oh, okay. Well, upside down peace sign. Well, that certainly was a thing. Alright, so I guess we've cleared that part of the chapter. We're going to chapter 3, I guess? I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here, because it's been going on quite a bit longer than I'd planned. So when we come back, hopefully more story. Well, of course, more story will happen, but maybe we'll figure out what's going on with Zach, and also what's going on with Carol there, and what's going on with Nick, and just what's going on with everybody in this. How about that? So until then, I've been Rado Goji, and I'll be here next time. Join me, won't you?